How Paris pulled off one of the cheapest Olympics. When a city hosts a big event like the Olympics, how does it do it without going broke? Paris is about to show us how it's done. The 2024 Olympics in Paris look like they will be one of the least expensive ever. They will have a lot of history, beautiful sights, and creative planning. Now the question is, how can they keep costs low while keeping the Olympics exciting and glamorous? Some people believe that the Olympics are a spectacular display of physical prowess and national pride. However, the Olympics are also a spectacle that comes with tremendous financial responsibilities for the towns that host them. On the other hand, the Olympic Games in Paris in 2024 are going to be a game changer, and they will signify a fundamental shift in how the world views the financial environment of hosting the Games. A legacy of planning. It is vital to examine the planning method that Paris utilized and to gain knowledge from the experiences of prior Olympic hosts in order to comprehend how Paris was able to accomplish this achievement. Athens in 2004 and Rio de Janeiro in 2016 were two examples of cities that experienced substantial financial difficulties as a result of excessive expenditure, inadequate infrastructure, and political unrest. These lessons were taken to heart by Paris, which shifted its focus from short-term advantages to long-term benefits and sustainable practices. Paris's intention to host the Olympic Games was founded on a concept that gave precedence to the city's already existing infrastructure and amenities. It was decided by the organizers to make use of pre-existing structures rather than construct brand new stadiums and arenas, which resulted in a major reduction in expenses. Many of the events will be held at historic monuments, such as the Seine River and the famous Stade de France, which already have the capacity to accommodate big audiences and the amenities that are required to hold such events. Infrastructure and environment-friendly methods of practice. An essential component of Paris Olympic strategy is the city's commitment to preserving the environment and maximizing efficiency. By giving priority to venues that already existed, the city was able to avoid the exorbitant expenses that are connected with the construction of new infrastructure from the ground up. This not only resulted in financial savings, but it also reduced the negative influence that building had on the surrounding environment. Based on estimations provided by the Paris 2024 Organizing Committee, it is anticipated that 95% of the venues will already be in existence, with only a few temporary structures being constructed for particular events. Furthermore, Paris is making use of its extensive public transportation infrastructure in order to guarantee that spectators will have an easy time accessing activities located around the greater city. This emphasis on sustainability is in line with the growing awareness of climate change on a worldwide scale, as well as the requirement for making responsible event planning decisions. Additionally, the utilization of public transit lessens the requirement for substantial parking facilities, which might contribute to an increase in the overall cost of holding the Games. Innovative methods of financial procurement. However, Paris has implemented new techniques to address these concerns in order to address the issue of financing, which is frequently one of the most serious obstacles that Olympic hosts face. The municipality was able to acquire large money from a variety of public and private sources, so establishing a varied financial foundation that reduces the likelihood of uncertainty. Partnerships between the public and private sectors. The formation of public-private partnerships, also known as PPPs, was one of the most important methods that Paris utilized from the beginning. As a result of these relationships, the city is able to share the financial burden of hosting the Olympics with private investors, which greatly reduces the risk that is borne by taxpayers. Through the participation of private enterprises, the event organizers are able to have access to extra resources and knowledge, which further improves the overall planning and execution of the organization. Already, major sponsors like Coca-Cola, Hermes, and Visa have committed to supporting the Games by giving essential funds and resources. These companies have already given their support. Additionally, the organizers have implemented a flexible sponsorship strategy that enables firms of any size to make contributions. This makes it simpler for smaller businesses to participate in the event. Not only does this method improve community engagement, but it also fosters a sense of ownership among local firms, which has the potential to contribute to the long-term stimulation of regional economic activity. The measures taken to control costs. Beginning with the very beginning, Paris established stringent cost control methods in order to guarantee that spending would not exceed the budget. This involves the creation of a comprehensive budget and the supervision of financial matters, which enables the organizers to monitor spending in real time and make modifications as required. A significant part of this process is also played by the utilization of technology, specifically data analytics, which assists in the identification of possible cost overruns before they become a serious cause for concern. The budget for the organizing committee of the Olympic Games in Paris in 2024 was roughly 3.8 billion euros, which is equivalent to approximately $4.5 billion. This budget is much lower than the budgets for previous Olympic Games. Because of the meticulous planning and attention to detail that was put into the event, Paris was able to keep its financial situation under control, while also providing athletes and spectators with an experience of world-class quality. Taking advantage of technology. Technology has become an essential component of the modern Olympic planning process, and Paris has embraced innovative ideas in order to achieve the goal of improving the experience for both athletes and spectators, while simultaneously reducing expenses. From the sale of tickets to the broadcasting of the games, technological advancements have simplified procedures and made them more accessible. Solutions for intelligent ticketing issues. The use of intelligent ticketing systems is one of the most noteworthy improvements that has taken place. Through the use of these systems, spectators are able to purchase tickets digitally, which reduces the need for physical infrastructure and personnel to oversee ticket sales. Not only does this have the effect of reducing costs, but it also improves the entire experience for those who are attending by making it simpler to navigate the games. Additionally, Paris has launched a smartphone application that is integrated with the city's infrastructure and offers real-time information on event schedules, maps of venues, and transportation alternatives. While simultaneously lowering the pressure on resources, the purpose of this application is to enhance the entire experience for spectators. Through the utilization of technology to deliver useful information, Paris is able to improve its ability to manage crowds and increase safety for the entirety of the games. Enhanced capabilities for broadcasting communications. Fans from all over the world will be able to experience the Olympic Games in unprecedented and thrilling ways, thanks to the cutting-edge broadcasting technology that will be featured during the Paris Olympics. There will be opportunities to participate in virtual reality and augmented reality events, which will enhance the viewing experience for individuals who are unable to attend in person. Not only do these technical developments draw a broader audience, but they also provide new money sources by providing chances for advertising and sponsorship. Participation in the community and feeling included. The emphasis that Paris places on community participation and diversity is another key factor that contributes to the city's success in hosting an Olympics that are budget-friendly. The organizers have made it a priority to instill a sense of ownership in the people and stakeholders, which has resulted in the development of a good environment surrounding the games. Participation in the community. During the planning phase, Paris made sure that the views of the local communities were heard throughout the entire process by soliciting their feedback from the very beginning of the planning process. Residents, who see the Olympics as an opportunity to exhibit their city on a global stage, have developed a deeper sense of pride as a result of this commitment to diversity, which has enabled them to feel more proud of their community. In addition, local businesses have been urged to participate in projects that are designed to provide assistance to entrepreneurs operating small businesses. Not only does this emphasis on community involvement serve to enhance the local economy, but it also contributes to the creation of an atmosphere that is lively in the days leading up to the Games. Festivities of cultural origin. During the Olympics, Paris is taking advantage of the chance to showcase the city's diverse cultural past, which is well known for its extensive cultural heritage. Before the Games, the organizers have organized a number of cultural events and festivals that will showcase local artists, musicians, and entertainers. These activities will take place in the surrounding area. This emphasis on cultural celebration not only improves the overall experience for tourists, but it also helps people feel more connected to one another during their time in the area. This marks the beginning of a new era for the Olympic Games. In light of the fact that the Olympic Games in Paris in 2024 are drawing nearer, it is abundantly obvious that the city has established a new standard for how to make the Games economically and sustainably. Paris is now in a position to be a pioneer in Olympic planning because it has learned from the mistakes made by previous hosts, implemented new funding tactics, embraced technology, and placed a priority on community engagement. It is possible that the successful execution of the Olympic Games in Paris will encourage future host cities to reassess their tactics, with an emphasis on sustainability, efficiency, and inclusivity. It is possible that this change could result in a model for the Olympics that is more financially prudent, This will ensure that the Games continue to be a celebration of athletic prowess without subjecting local communities to an excessive amount of stress. In a world that is struggling with economic issues and environmental concerns, the Olympic Games that will be held in Paris in 2024 might serve as a model for future international athletic events. It would show that it is possible to produce a great spectacle while keeping costs under control, at the same time as athletes from all over the world are getting ready to battle for gold. The entire world will be watching not just for the performances on the field, but also for how Paris made it through the challenges of hosting one of the most inventive and cost-effective Olympic Games in the history of the world. If you found this exploration of how Paris is hosting one of the cheapest Olympics fascinating, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community for more insightful stories and behind-the-scenes looks at how major events shape our world. Stay tuned for our next adventure.